The canvas has really just been blank. A few months ago, my mom, she unexpectedly passed away. I needed to fly out to California with Michael, and along with my brother, we needed to clear out her apartment. A few weeks before she died, I had been really hard on myself, and I had told myself that I needed to send her more cards. Packing up a life, it really feels surreal. I found so many cards, so many cards. They went back so far, decades actually. I found the very first card that I ever sent her. It was not very good. Well, compared to what I do now. The tag that I sent her along with it for Christmas time, that one actually wasn't too bad. I found so many postmark stamps. Any mail that meant something to her, she cut the stamps out off the envelopes. She held on to them. It meant something to her. Ironically, the last conversation that I ever had with my mom, it was about a birthday card. Last fall, I painted a card with Gelatos. I had based the card off of Monet's Water Lilies, which was my mom's favorite. She had spent several years in France in her 20s learning to speak French, and she lived in Paris and fell in love with Monet. When I completed that project, in that video, I remember smiling so much and having this pure connection and sense of joy, because I knew in that moment that I would send her this card this year for her birthday. And so when she called me, she was beaming through the phone. I told her that I had hand painted it for her and that, I did it because I knew she loved Monet. You could feel the smile on the other end. That card, it touched her. It made an impact. And something new that I learned about her was that she really loved angels. They were everywhere. I found them on the wall. I found little images stuck in between pages of a book. They were little decor items, Christmas ornaments that she hadn't even used yet. Little figurines as jewelry that I actually now remember her wearing, and ones that she hadn't worn in decades. They were everywhere. It took me back to my childhood, and I remember, at Christmas time, my mother's from Germany. The area that she grew up in, it's known for hand carving German nutcrackers and pyramids and all those beautiful wooden treasures and gorgeous glass blown ornaments at Christmas time. So the home was always filled with that, and I collect those today because of all that from my childhood. But I remember at Christmas time, she would have these hand-carved wooden angels, these big wooden angels that would hold candles. And there were always angel choirs and ornaments. There were always angels now that I really look back, and I never really put it together. I myself have a lot, and she had sent me some over the years. But I never knew the significance that it held for her, and I really wish I did. I'm never gonna know that. Feels so unfinished. But I am looking forward to getting so many of the treasures that we packed up in her apartment. That is, if my brother ever sends them to me. Though that's him completing a final task, and I'm going to give him the space and the time to do it when he's ready. I thought the toughest part for me was going to be going out to California, but it ended up that was really just a bunch of tasks that I had to do. Yes, it was difficult to pack up her life, but really, when I came home, there were all these quiet moments, and that's when the emotional stuff really hit me. Art has been hard. Forget about ideas. Just even finding the desire to create. No matter what I do, I can't seem to find my creative legs. Which has been just beyond frustrating, and I don't want to be stuck here very long. It's not comfortable. This whole experience has affected me so much that for a while I wasn't even dreaming, and it's as if every single creative muscle in my body and mind just switched off. And that is 100% new. My family and Michael, they've all been there for me. And my friends, they've been this little pocket of hope, this little ray of light. You know, they make me smile. They listen, they let me cry. And then they do the most unthinkable thing. They make me laugh. Even in moments when I don't even want to talk to anybody. My friends, they haven't pushed, but they have given me opportunities to step into something creative. They've given me space, and even more important, they've given me time. They've sent me cards, they've sent me text messages, they've video chatted with me. Others, friends and family members, they've sent me flowers, some have sent food, and that's all been really wonderful. And I had a few friends, they even sent me some craft supplies. That's been great. It's made me laugh, it's made me smile. It's made me feel very loved. And I'm sure the hope is that I will be sitting there and the canvas won't really remain blank for me very long. That I'll be brave enough to take that first creative step. I had one friend who, she asked me if I wanted to jump on a Zoom and create one day. And as nervous as that made me feel, I was really proud of myself that I negotiated with her. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll watch you create and I'll clean. Because, you know, that's about all I could handle in that moment. She took me up on that, and it was inspiring to see her create, and oddly terrifying in the same moment. I just continued to clean my desk, which I had piled so many things on, probably just avoiding creating. But I remember picking up a few containers of acrylic paint and a canvas. I put them right in the middle. I continued to clean all around them. And just watching her enjoy the process, I took off a cap. Some colors found their way onto the canvas, and I remember how odd it was to reach for a palette knife. Just mixing the colors, then adding a little white. I ended up painting a sky with some wispy clouds. I had chosen blue, my mom's favorite color. Mine too. A little while later, once that had dried, I got up and got a stencil that I had purchased back in January. I hadn't used it yet. I decided to put a little bit of paste through right onto the canvas. And I created these wings, which then needed a little sparkly embossing powder. It felt good, but at the same time very odd. The canvas, it remains unfinished, which is okay. So much of everything that I'm going through right now feels unfinished. I haven't created since that day, and while I'm not creating, I am doing little things like embossing tops of new embossing powders, a lot of cleaning, a lot of organizing, and I look at some of my new crafty items. I'm staying connected through my friends, my crafty friends, and I'm watching a lot of YouTube. But I am dreaming again. I guess I just really kind of needed to flex that creative muscle a little bit a couple weeks ago. I'm finding that I am searching for inspiration, like so many of you told me you were back in January. More so than I ever have. And that's okay. You can expect that I'm going to shift the way that I tell that story a little bit. Because I'm just not making content or creating in the same way right now. I never did get that final conversation with my mom. The one where you wish you could tell them how much they mean to you, how important they are in your life, that they left their mark, and that you love them. I did get a note that she wrote shortly after she received her birthday card. She writes, "Ingrid, I'm so happy that you find time to paint. It must be very relaxing. Have a great week, and hello to Michael. Love, Mom." It came 2 days before she died. Well, Mom, you meant the world to me. I don't even think I knew how important you were to me. Which makes me sad a little bit. But that's okay. That's okay. You definitely left your mark. You taught me to always look forward, never look back. The past is just the past. You can't change it. You can't control the future, you can only control today. And you have a choice. You can choose to smile. You taught me being creative and being an artist is a gift. It brings joy. You taught me to love. You taught me that I am loved. And that no matter what happens, always choose to believe that it's a beautiful day. I miss you, and I love you. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of my life, for being a part of my community, your community. I look forward to creating for you again. And thank you for being kind and giving me the space that I've needed in the last couple months.